here are my Paw Paws, and as you can see, since I've picked them, they've started to turn black. Just like a banana, they'll turn black as they get sweeter. Some of them are green, haven't turned black yet, but the blacker and darker they are, the sweeter they'll be. But that's a decent haul for what I want to do. You can go out and get as much as you want. The pulp freezes really well. I'm going to show you how we process these, get the seeds out of them, and then I'm going to show you some cool recipes. Alright, so the easiest way to get the fruit out of these is to score them. Some people like to peel them when they're a little firmer, but man, you can't peel them when they're this soft. And then you can just kind of squeeze the skin right off. I'm gonna take that off. Take this off. The darker they are, the softer the skin is, but you want to make sure you get all the skin off. There's your Paw Paw. It's been skinned. And let me show you here inside. There are seeds. And the pulp really likes to cling to the seeds here. But that'd be a good one to plant. So we're gonna end up saving a bunch of seeds. But alright, I'm not gonna bore you with skinning all these. I'll show you a few. Probably speed. Okay, so as I'm peeling these, let me tell you a little bit about the Paw Paws. They're really important to the Native Americans. Tribes like the Shawnee and the Iroquois used them as medicine as well as food. They're kind of a tropical fruit. They're in the custard apple family, and they're the only temperate kind of tropical fruit. They kind of look tropical with those big broad leaves. But yeah, I'm just cutting these up here and not really worrying about the seeds right now. Gonna show you how we get the seeds out. We got a special little technique to do that. But yeah, you're gonna need yourself either a food processor or a mixer, stand mixer, and I'll show you what we do with that. And then I'm gonna show you how we make some Paw Paw bread. So here I'm mixing it with the stand mixer. I'm using the whisker. The dough hook doesn't work as well, but the whisker does. And then you just kind of push it through a colander. You're going to push all the pulp through, which leaves the seeds and any little bits of skin. The skin's really bitter. You don't want to have any of that skin in there. But yeah, you can save these seeds, and man, they are really prolific. So if you ever want to plant your own Paw Paws, you can do that. I think they sell for about $7 a pound at the farmer's market. So yeah, they're good to have around. So it might take you a couple batches here. You might want to get yourself a larger hold colander. This one was kind of fine, and it took a little bit of time, but we got it through. The good thing about the Paw Paw custard is, unlike a banana or an apple, it doesn't brown. So once you get it all smushed through here, it's going to stay nice and yellow. You don't have to add any acidic acid with a lemon or anything like that. If this is your first time stopping by, thanks for joining me. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. Consider subscribing and giving me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. So here we go. We're going to add in a cup of white sugar, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and into that we're going to put a cup of melted butter, and we're going to mix that for a while. And I always want to mix your wet ingredients first. So we're going to get all that incorporated, and then we're going to put in, for 2 loaves of the Paw Paw bread, I'm going to use about 2 cups of Paw Paw pulp. or puree once it's been mixed. So we're gonna go ahead and get that in there, and then into that I'm gonna add a half cup of Greek yogurt. You can use vanilla if you want, either one, whatever you have on hand. And then behind the Greek yogurt, you're gonna add 2 eggs. And for taste, and there's Gippy down there getting anything that drops on the floor. But yeah, it's a taste. We're gonna put in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Always use the pure vanilla. Don't use that cheap, trashy imitation vanilla. It tastes just like you're putting a shot of alcohol in it. And then on top of that, once that gets mixed, you're gonna put in 2 1/4 cups of flour, 1 1/2 tablespoons of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon salt, and 1 cup of chopped walnuts, chocolate chips, whatever have you. I'm partial to walnuts. I kind of like raisins in mine as well, but we didn't have any raisins this evening, so we're just going to do some walnuts. So once you get it all mixed like this, and you get your flour in there, the last little bit, don't mix it. It's going to make your bread really tough. You just want to kind of fold the dry ingredients in. So fold them all in. You can have all your flour, your baking soda, your salt. You can have all that in one container and just dump it at the end. But you kind of mix that in until you're almost completely mixed. The more you fold this, the tougher your bread's going to be. If you want a really nice tender bread, fold it as least as possible. So once the nuts go in, there's still a little bit of flour. That's when you're going to finish this off nice and slow. Just be gentle with it, fold it, and you are going to love this bread. So in a minute, I'm going to show you a little hack that we have to make sure your bread comes out of the bread pans perfectly every time, and it's so easy to get them out. Go ahead and spray your bread pans with some Pam or whatever you like, cooking spray, and then put some parchment paper in there. Give it a little shot of that on top of the parchment paper, and then you're just kind of going to scoop in your Paw Paw bread mix. I don't think this is the way the Native Americans did it, but I'm going to call it Paw Paw Indian bread because I'm part Indian and I'm going to eat it, so it's my bread and I'm making it. So once you get that all in, kind of smooth it out, fill in any of the areas, and you want to kind of just tamp it down a little bit to get it to set so there's no air holes on it. Get yourself some light brown sugar and cover the top with that brown sugar. You're making Paw Paw bread here, you're not trying to be healthy. So get you some light brown sugar, just sprinkle it all on top. You're going to preheat your oven to about 300 degrees. Then you're going to slide them in there. And it typically takes just about an hour to cook these. So after about an hour, you're going to check them. If your toothpick comes out clean, they are ready. Put them on a cooling rack, let them cool off, and then I'm going to show you how you get them out of these pans. So easy once they cool down. Look at this, boom, right out of there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Go ahead and put them in some Tupperware. I guarantee you one of these ain't going to make it tonight. The other one we'll have later. I like when it's warm, and the only time I do it is when it's warm. I'll put some butter on my piece. I love me a nice end piece. Paw Paw bread, the best is the end piece. Look at the beautiful color on that. Instead of banana bread, it is Paw Paw bread, and it's got a really beautiful orange color. Put yourself a little dollop of butter on there. Let that start to melt while you put everything away. And I'm about to make a mess of myself here, but who cares? This is my video, and I'm making it. I can have a dirty face. Alright, little piece, I get a little end of it, and here we go. The final result. That is some good stuff right there. Thank you.